At the end of my videos, I compare strategies against the standard. Well, if you're new to my show, then you might be wondering what exactly the standard is. Well, in today's video, I'm going to tell you. Casino craps, it might look complicated, but at its core, it's a simple game. Roll the dice, bet on the correct number, and win. Hi, I'm Jeremy, and I am a craps fanatic. My job, to teach you the game, to teach you the math and some strategies, and with a little luck, you can color up. All right, what I like to call the standard is essentially the three-point Molly. Where the three-point Molly name came from, I don't know. But why I call it the standard is because it takes the best mathematical bets, and if you read any book on craps, well, not any of them, some vary, but I mean 95% of them, they'll tell you this is the way you should play craps. You talk to a mathematician, this is the way you play craps. And because of that, I call it the standard. This is the standard which all strategies I like to compare against. So that's why I use it as a comparison against other strategies. The best bets in craps are either the line bet and then the odds that you take after a point is established. Mathematically, the don't pass is slightly better. It depends on how you calculate it. It's 0.01% or 0.05% better in the long run. The problem with playing the don'ts is you have to have a lot bigger bankroll, because with that, anytime the puck's on, you're the favorite. So you have to bet more money and you win back less. So a lot of players don't like to play that way because it costs more money. But technically, it is just a slight difference. What does that mean? So for every $100 bet, you're talking about 1 cent or a 5-cent difference. So pick your side. It's really, we're talking about 1 to 5 cents for every $100 bet. Most people, they'll just go with the pass line. You have a great 2-to-1 advantage. So the pass line's an amazing bet for the very first roll. Now, if you don't win or lose, one of these box numbers is going to become the point. Then and only then can you then add odds. The amazing thing about the odds bet is it doesn't take any house edge. What that means is the casino pays you fairly. So we're going to bet $30. This $30 on the 4 and 10 is going to pay $60. We're going to double our money with that bet. But that's because the 7, there are 6 ways to roll. The 4, there are 3 ways to roll. We're a 2-to-1 underdog. So if we win that underdog bet, we get paid double. So if you can afford the odds bet, it's a great way to play the game because it doesn't carry a house edge. Now, if you can't afford the odds bet, don't worry about it. Don't make the bet. When we talk about house edge, what that means is the expected loss over time. On the pass line bet, it's 1.4%. So both of these bets are expected to lose 1.4% over time. This bet, 0%, you're supposed to break even after 10 years, 100 years, whatever. This bet should break even over the long term. Now, if you want to bet more money, so here we have $45 in play. This player has 15. The overall house edge is lowered because it's 1.4% and 0. So his overall house edge on $45 is lower. But on the first $15, it's the same. So whether you're betting $45 with odds or no odds, guess what? Both players, 10 years from now, they're expected to lose the exact same amount. So that's why I say if you can't afford the odds, don't worry about it. Now, if you can't afford the odds, it's a great bet, but essentially all it's doing is increasing your volatility. So you have a better chance of winning more, because obviously we have more bet, but you also have the same chance of losing more. It just depends on how the dice roll that day. So yes, 10 years from now, you might be breaking even with this bet, but over the weekend, you're either going to be up or down with this, making this bet. All right, that's a little side tangent. Now let's get back to the standard. All right, the standard so we have a great initial bet, but the problem is we only have one number. So what we're going to do is get some more numbers. So what we do is follow that up with an additional bet. And this is a come bet. Works exactly the same as the pass line bet, except for when the puck is on. So for this first roll, 7 or 11 wins, 2, 3, or 12 loses this bet. Any other number, it's going to be the point for this bet. Now we don't have 2 of these, so we're going to leave this for the 4. What happens is, let's say the 9 rolls, they'll just move it to the 9. And then now we can add odds to this bet. Now you could keep making this bet over and over again. Mathematically, it kind of works out the same if you have the bankroll, but it can get very expensive. So most authors and people who've been around the game a long time recommend you just do this 3 times. They figure it's a great balance between risk and reward. So a lot of players, that's what they recommend. Just do it 3 times, get 3 numbers. So this number will come up, let's say to a 6, and then again, we could add odds. If any of these numbers win, it would come down, and then you can then just replace it by making another come bet. So there's our 3 points. Where the molly comes from, I don't know. But essentially, that's the standard. 3 bets with maximum odds. I guess I should quickly explain how much is maximum odds. Well, that's going to depend on the table. There's going to be a marker or a plaque or digital display that lets you know how much. Some tables, it's going to be 2 times. What that means is if we have a $10 bet on whatever number, we can add 2 times or $20 in odds. Some tables allow for 5 times, 10 times, 20 times. So 10 times table, if you have $10, you are allowed to take $100 in odds. The most common table is what's called a 3, 4, 5 times table. And that means on the 4 or 10, you're allowed 30 or 3 times. So a $10 bet, you can make $30 in odds. On the 5 and 9, 3, 4, 5. So the 5 and 9, you're allowed 4 times. So a $10 bet here would allow you $40. And then obviously the 6 or 8 is a 5 times. So you're allowed 5 times, or if you have a $10 bet, you can have $50 behind. If you had a $100 bet here, you can make $500 in odds behind. All right, let's go ahead and see the standard in action with a live roll. All right, I've got $600 here. I'm going to play it at a $10 level. Obviously, if you're a $15 table or $25 table, you'd have to do that. But we're going to play it at a $10 table with 3, 4, 5 times odds. So here we go. We're a 2-to-1 favorite with that pass line bet. And let's go shooter. Let's get a point. 2-to-1 favorite, and we lost. There's aces, so we lose our $10 bet. We'll just repeat it. And here we go. Same shooter, looking for a point still. Aces back to back. So much for being the favorite, right? All right, here we go. Maybe the dice will turn in our favor. There's the 7, front line winner. We'll get a little bit back there. So we win. That's not unusual. 1/3 of the time, the game ends right there on this first roll. So you're going to win or lose 1/3 of the time. So here we go. 6, easy 6. We've got a point established. There's our 6. Now we can take 3, 4, 5 times odds. So we can add a $50 bet, and then we're going to get $10 for a come bet. Here we go. 5. No field 5. So the come bet will travel to the 5. We're allowed to add $40 in odds because it's 4 times. And then we'll get our $10 come bet. See if we can get a 3rd point. But then we got to roll those numbers back. Yo 11. It's a winner in the come. Remember, the 7 or 11 is an automatic winner. It's like a game within a game there. So we can rack that up. And same shooter, keep rolling. Oh, 3 craps. So we're going to lose that bet. The game giveth and taketh away. We'll just repeat it. 6, easy 6. So what happens here is we're going to win $60 for our odds bet, $10 for our flat bet. The come bet is going to travel to the 6, and then our puck will go off. So we can rack up this win. Start over on the pass line. Now I do want to mention these are contract bets. You can't lower them and you can't remove them once they're made. So and they're always working. So the puck is off. You know, a lot of times you'll see place bets. Those would be off as well. Here with come bets, the odds are off, but these bets are subject. They're working. If they're 5 or 6 rolls, they'll win. But if the 7 rolls, they will lose. All right, same shooter coming out. Let's see what happens here. 7 on the come out. All right, so what happens here? So we win on the pass line. Like I said, the odds, they're just returned to us because they were off, But these bets up here, unfortunately, they lose. So let's go ahead and just rack this up. Rack this up, and essentially we're starting over, although it's the same shooter. Here we go. 12 craps. So we lose the pass. Just have to repeat that. Here we go. 8 the easy way, 8 easy. So that now we have a bet on the 8. We can have 5 times an odds, so we'll do $50. And get this out of the way a little bit, and then $10 for our come bet. Here we go. 4. 4 easy. Come bet will travel to the 4. We're allowed 3 times or $30. And then we'll do $10 coming. Here we go. 4 the easy way, 4. So how this works is this bet would come down and get paid. This bet would come on, and then you can set up for odds. But that's extra work, so what a dealer will do, instead of replacing those, he'll pay you with what's called off and on. So our $30 is going to win 60, our $10 is going to win 10. So we know we're going to win $70. So he'll just go ahead and say, pay you, next to this bet, $70 off and on. So what you do is you just rack up your winnings, and you're all set up. All right, here we go. 10, easy 10. So this bet's going to move down there to the other end. We'll go ahead and throw in $30 for the odds. And now we've got 3 numbers, the 4, 8, and 10. Now again, mathematically, it works out if you just continue to make these bets, but you're talking about long-term math versus your budget, and so most would suggest, hey, this is a good balance between how much money you're spending versus, the mathematics of the game. So that's why we're going to stop at 3 points. All right, 4, 8, or 10, shooter. 8 the hard way, 8 hard, 8-point hit. So we're going to win 60 for our odds. It pays 6 to 5, $10, or 1 to 1 for our flat bet. Let's go ahead and rack that up. And we essentially start over. This puck will go off. We got $10 on the pass. Our come bets are working here. Odds are off. And here we go. Same hot shooter coming out. 6, easy 6. Point is 6. So we're allowed 5 times odds. So we'll make a $50 bet on that 6. All right, same situation. 4, 6, or 10, shooter. Nope, there's the 7. So they all are going to come down. That's all right. I think it was a pretty good run there. Let's go ahead and give that another try or two. So we're going to have a new shooter. $10 on the line. Here we go. New shooter coming out. 8, easy 8. So we'll mark that up. We'll do 50 in odds. $10 coming. Here we go. 10. 10 easy. So this will travel to the 10. We'll take $30, put it on the table and tell the dealer we want 30 in odds. And then we'll put $10 in the come ourselves. Here we go. 7. That's no good for 2 of these bets. So our pass sign is going to lose. Our 10 is going to lose. The come does win with the 7, but you don't want it to win when we've got those big bets out there. So those when you rack up, puck goes off, and we'll have a new shooter. All right, here we go. So there's nothing magical about this strategy, but essentially this is the way to play if you want to lose the least amount of money over the long term. What is the long term? I don't know. That's up to you to define. It could be 5 years, 10 years. It's essentially really based off of infinity. So there is no end to it. Because you could play this way every day for 100 years and still be up or down past that 1.4%. But mathematically, 10 years from now, you should only lose 1.4% of your money playing this way. Any other bet you make on the table, you're going to lose more or a bigger percentage of your money. All right, here we go, new shooter. There's the 5, but like it's a gambling game. So our hope is we have a lucky streak and we actually beat the odds and walk away a winner. All right, bet on the 5, we can have 4 times odds, so $40. And then let's get $10 coming. So that's what gambling's all about, beating the odds. We'll call that an 8. Mathematically, you should lose 1.4% over time. We want to have a positive win for the weekend or for the year. So travel to the 8. Dealer, give me 50 in odds. And $10 coming. We need to repeat some numbers if we want to walk away a winner for this session. 4, easy 4. Let's go to the 4. $30. We've got our 3 points and we're done risking more money. We just need to roll that. Repeat some numbers. 4, 5, 8. There we go. There's the 8 hard. So this is going to come down and get paid $70. So we can rack all this up. We'll leave $10 in the come to get our 3rd point because we only have 2 right now. So here we go. 6, easy 6. Travel to the 6. Dealer, give me $50 in odds. We got our 3 points. Here we go. Need to roll down here on this low side. Not going to happen. There's the 7. So these bets are going to lose. Puck will go off. And we'll probably have time for one more. Let's see what happens here. All right, $10 on the pass, and here we go. 7, frontline winner. Just immediate win there. Rack it up. There's another 7. All right, maybe we're getting our 7s out of the way here. Quick little win. Oh, now we're going to give it back a little bit. There's a 12. We'll just rebet it. Dice off the table, no roll. It's all right, I got another one here. We'll just use this one. 8, easy 8. So we can take 5 times odds. So we'll do $50 and $10 coming. Here we go. Ooh, there's the 7. So it wins here, but we're going to lose here. That's not what we want. So we'll win in the come. We don't really want that advantage of winning there. Puck will go off. Let's sneak in one more real quick if we can. Well, real quick, I don't know. Let's go for a monster roll. All right, here we go. Let's show some profit. Let's get a big win here. All right, 7 will be a winner. 10, easy 10. So that's going to be our point. We can add 30 in odds. $10 coming. Trying to get our 2nd point. Dice off the table. I can grab that one. So same die, shooter. If I can find it. Oh, there it is. All right, here we go. 10 the hard way, 10 hard. There we go. There's a repeater. So we're going to get paid. Oh, need some red down here. Our 30 is going to pay 60, and our $10 is going to win 10. This bet's going to travel to the 10, and our puck will go off. So we can rack this up. Back down on the line. And here we go, same shooter. 8, easy 8. So puck will go to the 8. We can bet $50. We can add $30 on our 10. And let's get $10 coming for our 3rd point. Here we go. 8, easy 8 point hit. There we go. I think we're getting on a little streak here. So 50 will win 60 in odds. Win 10 for there. This will travel to the 8. Puck will go off. All right, same shooter, here we go. There's a 9, point's gonna be 9. So we've got the 10 with odds, let's add $50. Dealer, give me 50 in odds on the 8. And then we could take $40 in odds behind the 9. Now we got this side of the table covered. Let's roll that side of the table, shooter. 10, there we go, 10 hard. So this will come down. We're gonna win $70. So we'll rack this up. And we'll leave 10 in the come to get our third point. 5, it's gonna travel to the 5. We can have $40 in odds. Got our 3 points, now let's just repeat them. Not gonna happen, there's the 7. All right, down these bets are gonna come. Okay, so the math says we should have only lost 1.4%, right? We obviously are not going to, we're not going to be down 1.4%. We're either going to be down larger or we're actually going to have a win. That's just long-term math. All right, so here we go. I think we had 600, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 25, looks like we're down. 450, 475, 485, 490. So we're actually down $110. And that's just how the odds work. It adds more volatility to the game. So if we had a good run, we would have a bigger win. You know, we took a loss here. But odds or no odds, those players are both expected to lose the same amount over time. So I keep repeating that because I really want to get that ingrained into you. Odds is an amazing additional bet if you can afford it. But this is essentially the best mathematical way to play the game, and that's why it's recommended as the standard. And when I compare everything against, I'll go ahead and compare it against a couple other popular strategies now here on the screen so you can see how with this set of rolls that I just did, how they would have done compared to the standard. Sometimes other strategies, depending on how the dice roll, will turn out better than the standard. And that's why we play the game. So until next time, good luck on coloring up.